Hello sunshines, welcome back to my channel. Manny and I are here again to do an updated Q&A, all topics, and today's an interesting one because we're actually going to be calling people that I tweeted out and Instagrammed on my Insta stories and everything, and I asked you guys to send me in questions or your phone numbers so that we can get some live questions here. So you'll hear some phone calls, making it interesting. And we're just gonna jump right in and get started because it's pretty late and I don't want to keep holding people up at night. So calling our first caller, Allie.
Hello.
Hello, hi Allie. Is this Allie? This is Alba from Sunkiss Alba.
Oh my gosh, hi Alba.
Hi, how are you?
My voice completely changed. I did not know you would be calling so hard. So one question I have for you is, okay, so it's not really about pregnancy right now, it's more of like, when you have the baby, do you have non-toxic brands that you're already looking to use on the baby? Because a lot of us grew up using like Johnson's and whatnot. Come to find out, years later, it's been so bad for us. So what are some of the things you plan on using?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question, and I get this a lot. And I will be sharing like everything that I'm using on the baby later on. So my answer to that is, so there's this Think Dirty app. Have you ever heard of it?
What?
Think Dirty?
No, I haven't.
So it's an application that you can get on your phone, any phone, and there you'll basically see ratings of many different baby brands. It's not just baby stuff, it's adult stuff as well. Yeah. But you can type in like baby lotion, baby shampoo, baby body wash, anything like that, and it'll give you a rating, including the Johnson's ones. So this way you can compare Johnson's and baby, what is the other one? Baby Magic, which is a really popular one as well. Yeah. And then you can compare to Think Dirty's suggestions that they have on there. So one of the companies that I really like so far, but I haven't yet decided which one I'm going to use for our baby, or if I will, because I plan on doing a lot of DIYs for the baby. So there's a company called Weleda.
She didn't like that answer.
Something happened to the call. Oh my gosh, should I call her back?
The call failed.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So where I left off was that there's a company, for example, called Weleda. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, I haven't.
That's a really good one, and it's available at Whole Foods. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was so nice talking to you.
Yeah, and have a good night, Manny. I know he probably doesn't get a lot of questions.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Ellie.
No problem. Good night, guys.
Good night.
We're calling everybody super duper late because Manny went to sleep. Alba told me I had to cut my hair before coming on camera. And yeah, it's late now, so I'm sorry for everybody.
It took us a little while.
That we're calling late.
Hello. Hi, is this Jenny?
Yes.
Hi, this is Alba.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
She's very chill. Okay. So do you have a question for us? I'm here with Manny, and we're on camera right now.
I was wondering if you could do a video on like all of the supplements that you take now that equal out to like the prenatal vitamins rather than buying the ones with all like the different ingredients in it.
Yeah, actually, I do want to clarify on that from my previous Q&A. So I do plan on doing a little update on that because I know it confused a lot of people in the previous one. So yeah, I will.
Hey, Jenny, hi, it's Manny.
Hi, Manny.
Are you pregnant right now? Are you expecting?
No, but I'm planning on, like I don't have any children now, but I'm planning on it shortly. But once I am pregnant, I would like to
be prepared. I hear you.
Yeah,
good job.
Prepared, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to take the prenatals while you're conceiving, even if you're not actually pregnant yet.
Yeah, it'll help in conception.
Oh, I have a question. Were you planning on doing the placenta encapsulation?
Yes, I actually do plan on doing that. I'm like going all in with this, trying everything out.
Great.
Yeah. So we're gonna freeze the placenta right away when I deliver the baby and get started on everything.
I'm a huge fan of yours. I watch all of your videos. Thanks for sorry.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and just watching.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank
Everything.
you.
I have your oil. I'm on my third bottle.
Oh, that's
Wow,
awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, and I bought like the package from Derma E that had like your perfume and lip gloss. And
Oh, the
everything.
box. The box,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. And it was limited edition, so.
I know. I said so. I went on there and ordered it, and I got the Pacifica Rose perfume, which I love.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad you like it. So I hope you get a good night's rest. I know it's pretty late. We're calling everyone late, and we just started the video, so you're like our second caller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
thank you so much for sending over your number, and you'll see the video soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, Jenny.
Good night.
Night,
Good
Jenny.
night.
You guys are answering your phone calls from a private number. Answering private calls at 11:30 at night on the East Coast. What's the matter with you? Let me call this one. What's her name?
I think her name is Kimmy. It says Kimmy Cocasco. But don't say that. Just say Kimmy.
Let's see if Kimmy's gonna answer the phone. Voicemail, son?
Hey, Kimmy. This is Alba, and
Manny.
we were filming a video. I know it's late. Sorry you missed our call, but just wanted to say hello and leave you this nice voicemail anyway.
Shout out to Kimmy Cocotazo.
That's not her name.
Cocasco.
Okay, bye, Kimmy.
Bye.
Carla.
Sorry
Let's see if she picks up.
if she has a boyfriend and they hear my voice.
Hello.
Hello.
This Alba?
She knew right away.
You didn't even let me prank call you.
How are you?
It's Manny too.
Hi, Manny. How are you?
I'm good, and you? Thanks for picking up late night. We're recording right now. Here's Alba.
Hey, Carla. Yeah, I'm glad you're up. I'm glad you picked up our call. You're our third caller so far, so you can ask us anything.
I actually have, well, I thought it was like a cool question. I'm not sure.
That's why I picked you, because you said, I have a super cool question.
Yeah, actually, I've been, transitioning into a healthier lifestyle for about 2 years now. I'm not completely vegan, but because I do fish from time to time. But one of the things that I actually started looking into not too long ago are like the different pots to use in the kitchen. And I've done research, and I know there are many, but I just don't know which ones are the healthiest one.
Yeah. Yeah, totally understand that question. We actually got that question a long time ago. We made a video on it on one of our vlogs from like 2015, but it's really nice to refresh on this. So one of the pots that we found that were really good were from Mercola.com. They sell like a set, and it's made out of ceramic. What kind of stove do you have, by the way? Do you have a traditional stove or like an electric stove?
No, it's a traditional one.
Okay, like a gas stove. Yeah, so that would be amazing. It's a really good investment. It's not much more expensive than like a set of like pots that you would get from Macy's. It's around the same pricing.
Okay.
And it comes with like
the website again?
Mercola.com. It's by the website is by Dr. Mercola, and he has great pots, and he also has a good blog post. Well, not blog post. He has a good what do you call it? His post article. He has a good article on pots and pans and certain things that you should avoid.
Whatever you cook in the oven too, they have like Pyrex. You can go to like the store, Sur La Table, Whole
They
Foods,
have
or whatever.
BPA free and glass cookware that you can use for that are oven safe, and ceramic ones as well.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm glad you called, and I'm glad that you sent over a question. I know that with pots and pans it's tricky, because even with us, we're still doing research on it and we're still learning on it. We try to avoid metals overall when it comes to pots and pans. So it's pretty difficult to say which one's safer and which one's not safe at all. So we just try to play it safe with like ceramic and glass and things like that.
Okay, guys, have a great night.
Good night,
too.
Carla.
Good night.
Don't answer private calls after 11 o'clock at night, okay?
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye. Christina did not answer.
It's because we're calling people late right now. Everybody's
Okay,
like,
try
get out of
this
here. Good. Don't answer private calls at freaking at night. I apologize now if anyone's boyfriend picks up a husband. Ahead of time.
Hello.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Hi, Tisha. I'm so sorry about that. This is Alba.
And that was Manny.
Hi.
That was Manny's voice that you just heard singing.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good.
I know we're calling late.
No, that's okay. I'm like so surprised to get a phone call.
Oh, awesome. So do you have a question for us? You can ask anything. We're on camera, by the way.
Oh, hello, everyone. Okay, so in regards to like healthy eating, and I know you guys live like a clean lifestyle, and I guess I can have more than one question. It's like a multi-part question. So, do you guys eat like organically all the time? And if you do, how do you do that on a budget? Because it's super expensive.
So we for sure, I don't want to say we eat it like 100% of the time organic, because there are times where we compromise and we are sometimes put in certain situations, sometimes with family and things like that. So we compromise for ourselves, but never for our child. So we always make sure that our son, like especially even for the holidays and even for his birthday, we make sure that he has the best of stuff and the things that are important for him, and we still avoid the things that we don't want him to consume. But for us, there are times where we are invited somewhere, like maybe we'll go to a restaurant with, friends or something that has to do with business, and we do indulge there because it's a one-day thing for us. But what we focus on is keeping our home as organic as possible. So we shop organic, and we have control over the things that we do buy at the store and where we buy it from. So we keep it that way, but we don't mind like if we're invited somewhere, we don't expect other people to change their lives for us. So we'll still indulge in those moments because it's a one-day thing. It's not like we're doing it every day with them.
We actually prefer if it doesn't say organic. That certification, a lot of the small farmers can't even afford to pay for that certification. So yeah. I'd rather not say anything on it, like no label, no anything. I would rather speak to the farmer or whoever, and just ask them how they grew it, or what they put in it, what ingredients. And I'd much rather that, because it is crazy expensive. It became like a slogan today for something to be organic.
Some things that say, not just because it says organic doesn't mean that it's like the cleanest thing ever. So you can go to the farmer's market, for example, and find so many things that are just as clean, because you know what's in it, and you know what the ingredients are saying and what the farmer is using in them, and it doesn't have to be labeled organic. So we're calling Yvonne. This is our last caller. Hope she picks up.
Huh?
Hello, is this Yvonne?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Alba.
Hi, oh my gosh, I didn't think you'd actually call.
I know, I'm so sorry for calling so late. And you are our 5th caller, and you're also our last caller. So you're special.
Oh, that's so special. Yeah, awesome. Well, I have a couple. Do you guys have like a limit?
No, we don't have a limit. You can go ahead and ask anything.
Okay, so I guess before I forget, because I started following you guys because you're more on you're trying to do cleaner products and cleaner lifestyle and all that, and so that's why I started following you. That's what's curly hair. But my question is, I'm Latina and you're from, I think, Latin origins too, if I'm not completely off.
Sí, es cierto.
So it's just been a little, I guess the harder part is, like, my family's totally, like, our culture is very, like, you know, we like our fatty food, or, like, we do certain things, so it's very weird for them that I'm, like, different. So, like, I was wondering, do you have to, like, adjust to that, or, like, if you deal with that, or, like, if your family's totally on board, too?
Yeah. That's a really good question, and I'm so glad you actually asked that, because we've never gotten that question before, and it's something so real that we truly deal with. So for both of us, being Latinos, we have dealt with that with our family not being supportive at the beginning, because they just didn't understand. And it was tough at first, because we found ourselves compromising for them and then realizing that we shouldn't, because if they don't care and we care, you know, it's very important to us, because the purpose of us doing it was for our child. And then even though we started for our child, it became important for our health as well. I want to use the right words. We found it disrespectful, basically, that we would explain why we're doing this and why it's for our child and why it would benefit him, and not have that support from our family and not try to understand it was a big disrespect to us. But along the way, we're very proud to say that our family did come around, even though they haven't made these changes fully themselves, which is not something we expect. They respect us so much today, and they see the results of everything that we're doing, and they are now on board, and they're very proud of us and happy that we're living the way that we live, and that we're inspiring other people, and that we're not just talking, we're also living our talk. So it just gets better. Exactly. I think it's hard at the beginning, because they need to see that you're real about it. And I don't know in your case, you know, but for us, it just got better, because they saw that it's something that it's not going to go away. This is who we are now, and this is our lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. I'm in that little battle, I guess. But I guess it's like you said, they just have to see that it's actually, it's not like a phase.
Yeah. Exactly.
Another question, because I'm actually at Target right now. Because I'm trying to do the whole, like, getting my curly hair back, I decided, like, I know I like to straighten and style my hair, so I decided to jump on the wig bandwagon. So I bought, like, my starter wig, and I'm, like, trying to play with it and figure it out, so I can still mess with my hair and have different hair, but not, like, damage my actual hair.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you do anything with, like, fake hair, like clip-ons or wigs or anything. Like, have you ever, like, played with that?
You know, I've thought about it. I've never actually done that, but I do think it's a good option for a lot of people. Like you said, it's a good way for you to protect your own hair from having any damage, and using the wigs is a good way to switch up your style. This way you don't get bored or get frustrated along your process of trying to heal your own hair. So that is a good option. I just personally didn't, you know, go that route, because I was okay with just cutting my hair and going through the process of recovering it. And I didn't get tired of looking at my curly hair, you know, but I know that for some people it can get kind of boring for them if they've just doing their hair the same way every single day. So I understand why some people may go that route and want to switch up their hair. But for me, it just wasn't something that was bothering me, so I didn't go that route. But I'm not against it. You know, if you feel that you want to switch up your style, the wig and the clip-ins, like you said, or extensions are a great way to protect your own hair from receiving that damage.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm trying to learn. I guess I won't have tutorials from you to learn from. But I guess last question, because I know you're having your second baby, and from everyone that I've heard, like, every pregnancy is, like, different.
Yep.
So I was wondering, like, on this one in particular, because I know you, like, your first son and how he had, like, his autism and stuff. Like, are you guys nervous or scared about the baby, or, like, anything you're, like, extra nervous about this time around? You're having a girl.
So Manny and I probably have different answers on this. I'm actually not scared. I'm actually, you know, very much relieved. I'm not fearful of anything, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And but it's also kind of scary of how non-fearful I am, because in comparison to my first pregnancy, I was very fearful of a lot of things, and I wasn't even doing anything right back then. I think it's because my confidence has gone up with this pregnancy. I feel much more educated, and I feel like I'm doing a lot of things that I didn't do before that I should have. So I feel blessed, and I'm just praying that everything is okay. I don't want to think negatively. At the same time, I don't want to install fear in my mind in any way. So that's where I am. And as far as having a girl, I used to be scared of having a girl, and now I'm just really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. And yeah, it's different. I just can't wait to experience it.
Well,
You have anything?
Was the Manny there with you too?
Yeah, he's here in the video.
Oh, okay. He's so quiet right now.
Yvonne.
I know. She didn't even introduce us. How rude. My goodness.
Hi, Manny.
Can you believe this, girl? To answer your question, one, that's a really good question. I think a lot of people are thinking that, and they didn't want to ask that.
It's good. It's a good question.
Yeah, but I have PTSD. Like, I'm ready to go to war right now. We, you know, with little Manny, the whole process was so laid back and chill, and we felt like there was so much that we could have been told, and you know, we obviously learned a lot after that first pregnancy, and then we, you know, just told ourselves we were gonna apply it now, you know, with the second pregnancy, and we have been, and like I feel like my position is just to make sure, you know, I do everything I possibly can on my side to make sure, you know, I don't look back and say, man, I could have changed this, or I could have done this. But yeah, we're having a girl. I don't know if you heard. Yeah, so that's just me getting ready to go to like 10 wars instead of 1 now. And I grew up with sisters. I'm great. I've been like crazy overprotective of my sisters my whole life. He has a lot of sisters. And yeah, and it's, for me, it's like, oh no, I know this girl's gonna be freaking gorgeous, and she's gonna be intelligent, and me and little Manny are gonna have to beat up a bunch of freaking kids and adults and everything. And we're ready. We're not backing down. We're ready. It's gonna be hard, but we're ready. Yeah, but with the whole autism thing, I think that it's not. I know a lot of people, they believe, you know, that it's genetic, and that's not where we stand. We see that there's a lot of funding going into genetic, you know, testing. Like, just a lot of funding is going only to see if there's any gene that can, you know, relate to autism or that can cause autism. I don't see a lot of funding going into other places, and for me, I feel like we can't really control genes. You know, if something's genetic, what do? Just sit there and, you know, allow things to happen. So there's no point in us focusing on that. So we kind of try to, you know, just focus on the things that we can control and the things that we can have an effect on. And, you know, that's basically why we go crazy with like food and water and all that crap, you know, because it's stuff that we can, you know, control. So I don't think we're really worried about that.
Yeah, and even if it does happen, I don't think worrying about it would help.
No, I mean, if it happens, you know, we don't really drop and cry and the world is over. We do what we got to do and keep it moving.
Thank you so much for sending in over a question and allowing us to call you. And I hope you have a great night.
You too.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Now, questions.
We're going to answer just a few questions, and we're going to try to go through them quickly. Have them right here. First question is actually from me. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure this person is talking about Manny. Dark skin Ashley asks, what do you love most about Manny? It's hard to pick one. It's just a good thing. It's hard to pick one. But I will say what I love most about Manny is I would say it sounds cliche. It really does, but it's because it's hard to pick like one thing. I think his heart is what I love most, because his heart is something that everyone's able to see, not just me. So he genuinely, truly has a good heart, with strangers, with people, the people in his family. So yeah, his heart.
I don't think everybody could see I have a good heart.
Yes, they can.
How many people you know dislike me?
First impressions, people may not like Manny because of the way he is, and his delivery with the things that he says is not always the best. But when you know him and you see who he is and where he's coming from, his heart is right there in front of your face.
Oh.
That's what I mean. This person is asking, I'm curious to know what your midwife had mentioned about your natural birth process, since I know you mentioned you had a C-section with little Manny. I'm sure many women would like to know what she has prepared you for regarding your VBac. VBac, by the way, stands for vaginal birth after cesarean. Anyway, I'm looking forward to chatting, and ciao. So I prepared myself with looking into VBacs and knowing for sure that it's something that I want to do. And as far as my midwife preparing me, it was more on the medical side, where she wanted to make sure that my scar tissue lining is all good, because that's very important in order for me to deliver my baby vaginally. And also the placenta placement and things like that, she did prepare me with that idea of knowing it, because I wouldn't have even thought about that if it wasn't for her. So there are certain things that are important for her, because I need to be safe in those areas in order for me to have a successful VBac. And lastly, I will say is that just making sure that the baby is aligned with the head down and not breech is very important also for VBac, based on what she has told me. And we're very blessed to say that those things are all good, and I have the green light for a VBac. I know that not everyone who wants a VBac has this same case, and even with my midwife, she did let us know that even if this wasn't the case for me, where I am in a good position and I didn't have the green light, there are things that I could do to adjust my body to still try and have a successful VBac. But so far I haven't had any complications, and I think the benefit that I have is that it's been 8 to 9 years since I've been pregnant, so my body has had a lot of time to heal from the C-section. So I'm a very good candidate for a VBac because of that reason. So I hope that answers that, and we're very excited to go through the process. I wanted to ask you, where are you going to get your baby furniture from, and where are you going to get your baby stuff like bottles, binkies, and other baby stuff you need? Will there be specific brands for your baby, like powder, baby powder, lotion, body washes, detergent, etc.? You probably are going to do a live while working, so I'll catch the video later. Okay. So yes, I will be doing, we don't have the baby furniture yet. We are working on that ASAP. We both have some ideas around that. We are going for as non-toxic as possible furniture that we can get. Our baby's crib, the mattress, the dresser that I'm interested in, the baby's clothing, cloth diapers, wipes, bedding. We are going to get the most organic things possible for the baby. I do plan on breastfeeding, so I'm not gonna go crazy with bottles right now, but I can say that with bottles, the only brand that I'm interested in, have been interested for a while, is from the brand called Life Factory. So that's what I'll say right now, but I will go more into detail when I actually have everything with me, because I don't have it right now. When I have everything in my hands, I will be making a video more in depth on this topic. So you guys will see that later on. Cafe con Noni. We met her in person and she sent us a gift. Hey girl, we have the same last name. Her question is, how do you keep your relationship alive after kids? it's easy to get stuck in a routine where all you do is work, run errands, and focus on kids. What do you guys do? So I mean, we're pretty much like everyone else. We get into that same routine where we're not necessarily focused on our relationship, and we put more focus into other things. But I think we both try.
I don't think, because I disagree. I don't think we're like anybody else. I don't think anybody's like anybody. I think everybody has their own situation, and I think everybody takes it their own way. Us, one thing that I do feel is, us going through everything we go through with our son, or went through with our son, it kind of forced us to change the way we were doing things, and well, me personally, it changed my perspective on everything, on life in general. I decided, I had to put little Manny first. And when I mean first, I mean before everything, even things that didn't make sense. I had to put what we were trying to, learn about autism and everything first, before everything. And that, we spoke about it the other day, that includes our relationship. I admitted to her that, I put our relationship behind in order to do that, and I told her, I was wrong for it, because I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to do that, but I did. And I don't think it's so much about looking at all the wrong things we've done and all that stuff, or even me looking at somebody else's relationship and saying, what did you guys do? I think the most important thing I can do is look at my relationship and think about what's best for my relationship. What do I need to fix and change and all that stuff. And I think in anybody's relationship, the best thing you can do is not compare, but really look at what your situation is and really figure out, what needs to be done to fix it, what needs to be done to better it. If you guys feel like work is first, you don't need to ask anybody else what they're doing in a relationship. You already know by asking that question. Sorry, that was a long answer. What we do, we don't get to go to the movies, right? So we watch movies.
Not that we never get to go to the movies. It's like once a year we do.
It's a rare occasion. So we watch movies here. One thing we do is talk a lot. I think in the morning, that's one of our big things. We talk. Yeah, I guess that's it. Communication, but real talking. I don't like texting her unless I have to.
I would say that what helps is also having that understanding with one another, that you're both important to each other, without, making it seem like you're putting anything else first, or even your kids, like Manny just said. So me understanding why he feels that it's very, very necessary to always put our child first, that's something that I'm not going to take as, oh my gosh, this is a horrible thing and I feel horrible about it, because I know what he's doing and I know what he's doing it for. If it was done for something else, something that's meaningless, then it would be a problem. But for me, it's not a huge problem, because we both have that understanding and we both do it. It's not just him. Jasmine asks, are you both jealous people or open-minded? Laugh out loud. Didn't know what to ask.
What the hell is open-minded me?
I don't know.
Jealous or open-minded?
The thing is, with jealousy, is I don't have a reason to be jealous. If he gives me a reason as to why I should feel jealous, then that's a problem, because it's something he's causing. I'm the type of person that if there is a situation, with, let's say, another woman, he has full control over that, being that I'm not there, and vice versa. If there's a situation with me and another man, I should never allow him to feel like he should feel jealous. Like, he should feel secured that, I'm not trying to cause any jealousy upon us or look for attention and things like that. Then if I'm causing the jealousy, that's bad, because, it's just not right, and vice versa. So I don't think neither one of us have a reason to be jealous.
Well, we have been together since 2007. So that's a decade. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And in between that time, we went through different, I can answer now, but I was a different person before.
Yeah.
Right? We grew up together, we went through different phases and everything.
Together.
In the beginning, I was crazy jealous. And she made me jealous on purpose. And
I'm not proud of it.
And I hated it. I hated it. And then as time went on, we
both like learned from it, basically.
Yeah, but I'm not the type of person to compare myself to another guy. So whenever I got jealous, it wasn't so much me getting upset at another guy or jealous of another guy.
It was more I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, it was more me looking at her saying, why would you do that? And today, obviously, we're at a place in our lives where, again, you know, in the last question, we if we have any time, it goes to our relationship, right? I don't have time to be jealous about something. She knows where I am all day. It's not very provocative places. I'm at the grocery store. Actually, you are jealous. She told my mom the other day,
oh, I don't want people following him in the street. And if he doesn't know a girl and the girl says hi, I don't want this girl following him.
That doesn't have to do with jealousy. That has to do with safety.
Safe because I might get raped in the alleyway.
No, it's safety because some people, okay, to be honest and be real here, there's a lot of people that watch me. You guys see me and know me through the camera. I don't see and know each and every one of you. So a lot of times if we are outside, I really, really, really love when people come up to me and let me know that, you know, oh, I watch your videos, or just say whatever, whatever you guys want to say. And then there's been a lot of times where people see Manny by himself and they don't say anything, but then they come to me and let me know that they did see him, and they don't realize themselves that they're letting me know that they basically followed him for this amount of time, listened to his conversation with whoever he was with, and kind of spied on him, and then didn't have the courage to say anything.
So what's not safe?
So that part makes me feel uncomfortable because I don't know who this person is. Doesn't matter if it's a male or female. I don't know this person's mental stability. Ooh, this is a good one. So this is a deep, deep question that I have to kind of say out loud in order to understand it. How do you keep from assuming you know each other enough to where you become uninterested in learning new things about each other?
I feel when you are with somebody long enough, you start to understand people change. It's like it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing when people change, especially when that person is on, you know, a good path in their life where they are trying to better themselves. It's very important to allow that change to happen, right? And when that change happens, you start to see new things, right? You start to see new patterns. And I think it takes for you to actually be together long enough to experience that. Because let's say if somebody's just together for like 2 years, they might feel like, oh, this 2 years feels like 20, and for this 2 years, this person's been the same person, right? I believe, what if that next year that person completely changes? What if that following year somebody goes through something drastic in life, which happened to me, and it just makes you, you know, completely change everything, you know? You don't really know what to expect after that. You can't really say, like, I joke around with her and I tell her, you know, she's predictable and I'm able to call out things that happen throughout the house, throughout the day. But she's not the same person sitting next to me that was here, you know, a couple years ago. So it's like
certain things remain, but certain things evolve.
Yeah. And also, yeah, I don't, you know, if she wants to try something else, you know, go ahead, go try it. Go, you know, that's her call. But it's, I don't know. It's, you go through stuff in life and it changes you, you know. We're about to have our second baby. There's going to be a lot of changes.
We're going to change again.
Yep.
Both are. I think that the word change is a weird one for me, because change could be a bad thing and it can be a good thing depending on how it happens. It's a blessing when two people are together for a long period of time and there is change that I like to call evolvement, and self-growth individually. So there's a lot of things that he's had self-growth in on his own because he chose to, because it was his calling, because he felt like he needed to do something. And it's a blessing to know that I'm still here along with that involvement that he felt he needed. That just happened naturally, and the same for me. It's really good and a blessing to know that the fact that I have changed, he's still here next to me with that change and is evolving with me, not just individually. Okay, so I think that's enough questions for today. We have a lot more. I have like 62 DMs on my Instagram that I haven't yet opened because there's so many questions and so many phone numbers. But we will be doing more of these, and so far we've been doing them once a month. If you haven't seen our previous ones, I'll link them right here down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. And also, you guys can go down in the comments and chime into these topics that we spoke about here. We love reading them. And if you guys have any suggestions towards what we should do in our next Q&A video like this one, if there's a topic that interests you that we should focus on more, let me know down below, and I'll definitely be looking at those in time for the next video.